Hello fans! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive into the swirling storm of drama and danger that continues to grip Port Charles as tensions boil over in unexpected ways on Tuesday, July. Hi everybody! From fiery confrontations to literal fires, the latest episode promises to deliver heart-pounding moments and emotional turmoil for our favorite characters. Let's unpack the chaos and explore the intricate web of relationships, rivalries, and revenge that define this captivating installment of General Hospital. A heated clash and a shocking escort. The day kicks off with an intense showdown between the cunning Anna Devane and the determined Ada Justine Turner. Sparks fly as their latest encounter escalates into a battle of wits and wills, with both women refusing to back down in their pursuit of justice. Across town, another confrontation unfolds with equal intensity as Sonny Corinthos, the town's most powerful and polarizing figure, takes matters into his own hands. After reassuring a worried Carly Spencer that he has everything under control, Sonny steps outside the sacred walls of the church to have a private word with Natalia Ramirez. Their conversation quickly turns hostile as Natalia, with her sharp tongue and defiant stance, challenges Sonny's authority. She reminds him of a supposed agreement that involved them boarding a plane together to parts unknown. But Sonny, ever the master of his own destiny, shuts down her expectations with a cold finality. As Natalia resists, Sonny's loyal henchman intervenes, gripping her arm with an iron hold, ready to forcibly remove her from the scene. Before she's dragged away, Natalia casts a chilling parting shot, her words dripping with venom as she wishes Sonny every blessing he deserves. Her tone, however, hints at something far darker, a curse meant to haunt him. Could this cryptic farewell signal a dangerous turn for Sonny, or is Natalia merely venting her frustration? A sacred ceremony marred by ominous warnings. Inside the church, the christening of young Daisy proceeds with a semblance of peace, a rare moment of calm amidst the storm brewing outside. The gathered family and friends focus on the innocent joy of the occasion, unaware of the sinister undercurrents threatening to disrupt their lives. However, the serenity is short-lived. Disaster looms on the horizon for one of Sonny's nearest and dearest, as a catastrophic event is set to unfold later that day. In a shocking twist, Charlie's beloved local haunt becomes the target of a vicious act of arson. Flames engulf the establishment in a matter of minutes, transforming the cozy venue into a death trap. Tragically, Christina Corinthos Davis finds herself caught in the crosshairs of this fiery nightmare. Rumor has it she may be in the stockroom sorting inventory when the inferno begins to spread, its hungry tendrils of smoke and heat cutting off her escape routes. As the situation grows dire, viewers will be on the edge of their seats, anxiously wondering if Christina can make it out unscathed. While spoilers assure us that she will ultimately survive, the close call is sure to leave lasting scars, both emotional and perhaps physical. For Sonny, this incident will ignite a fury unlike any other, driving him to hunt down the perpetrator with relentless determination. Who could be behind such a brazen attack, and what grudge do they hold against the Corinthos family? Marital strains and dangerous alliances. Meanwhile, Brooklyn Quartermain finds herself grappling with a different kind of dangeroni that threatens the foundation of her marriage. The ongoing drama surrounding Natalia has cast a shadow over her relationship with Harrison Chase, who has been reluctantly drawn into Ada Turner's crusade to dismantle Sonny's empire. The couple, aware of the strain this situation places on their bond, makes a pact on Monday's episode to keep their personal life insulated from the chaos of their professional entanglements. But maintaining this delicate balance is easier said than done, especially as secrets and suspicions begin to fester. Brooklyn can't shake the feeling that Chase's involvement in the case might pull them apart, and her fears only grow as she watches him navigate this treacherous territory. Will their love prove strong enough to withstand the pressure, or will external forces drive a wedge between them? Across town, Portia Robinson faces her own marital woes as she struggles to reignite the passion in her relationship with Curtis Ashford. Just as the couple inches toward a moment of intimacy, Jordan Ashford, Curtis's ex, walks in, shattering the mood and stoking Portia's insecurities. The tension between Portia and Jordan crackles like lightning, with Portia convinced that Jordan is deliberately trying to sabotage her marriage and reclaim Curtis's heart. While Curtis attempts to mediate, defending Jordan's intentions, Portia remains unconvinced. Her frustration boils over into a heated outburst, revealing the depth of her fear and mistrust. And beknownst to Portia, Jordan is indeed wrestling with a resurgence of old feelings for Curtis, though her actions are not as calculated as they seem. This tangled love triangle is a ticking time bomb, ready to explode with devastating consequences. How will Portia and Curtis navigate this emotional minefield, and can they rebuild the trust that seems to be slipping through their fingers? A last chance for reconciliation. Amidst the chaos, a quieter but equally poignant storyline emerges with Lucas Jones offering a shoulder to lean on for Marco Rios. Marco, torn by his strained relationship with his mother, Natalia, receives gentle encouragement from Lucas to seize what might be his final opportunity for reconciliation. Lucas, speaking from a place of empathy, urges Marco to bridge the gap with Natalia, to offer an olive branch before it's truly too late. He paints a vivid picture of the regrets that come from unresolved family conflicts, drawing from his own experiences in Port Charles to inspire Marco to act. However, the timing couldn't be worse. Natalia's bold stand against Sonny may have already sealed her fate, placing her in grave danger. As Marco wrestles with his decision, a chilling question looms: has Sonny already decided to eliminate Natalia as a threat? Whispers circulate about whether she'll be sent packing to a distant locale like Belize or worse, meet a more permanent end. The uncertainty surrounding Natalia's future adds a layer of suspense to Marco's journey, leaving viewers wondering if a mother and son will ever find peace or if tragedy will strike first. A town on the brink of catastrophe. As the dust settles on these explosive events, one thing is clear: Sonny Corinthos is at the center of a gathering storm. With enemies closing in from all sides and his family under constant threat, the coming episodes promise even more turmoil for the embattled kingpin. The fire at Charlie's pub is just the beginning, a fiery warning of the catastrophes yet to come. Will Sonny uncover the mastermind behind the arson before they strike again, or will his empire crumble under the weight of betrayal and revenge? And what of Natalia? Will her defiance cost her everything, or can she find a way to outmaneuver the most dangerous man in Port Charles? Next, we will delve into the heart-wrenching turmoil surrounding Sasha Gilmore Corbin in Port Charles as she navigates the fragile joys and haunting fears of new motherhood. With her newborn daughter Daisy by her side, Sasha is caught in a storm of emotional upheaval, compounded by eerie incidents that threaten to unravel her already tenuous grip on stability. Join us as we explore the layers of suspicion, trauma, and mystery that define Sasha's latest chapter, while uncovering new details and chilling possibilities that could change everything for her and her family. A fragile joy overshadowed by past pain. In the quiet corridors of General Hospital, Sasha Gilmore Corbin should be basking in the glow of motherhood after welcoming her precious daughter, Daisy, with Michael Corinthos. Yet, beneath the surface of this tender moment lies a deep well of anxiety that threatens to drown her. The tragic loss of her son, Liam, in 2021 still casts a long shadow over Sasha's heart, and the hormonal roller coaster of the postpartum period only amplifies her fears. Every coo and cry from Daisy stirs a mix of overwhelming love and gut-wrenching dread, as Sasha worries if history might somehow repeat its cruel hand. This internal battle is made all the more harrowing by a disturbing incident in the hospital nursery that has left Sasha reeling, a moment that feels like a crack in the fragile dam, holding back her deepest insecurities. During a routine check, Sasha discovered Daisy turned around in her crib, dressed in unfamiliar clothing that she swears wasn't there before. The sight sent a jolt of panic through her, as she scrambled to recall if she'd overlooked a detail or if something far more sinister was at play. The nurse on duty offered a tepid explanation, mumbling about a possible mix-up during a busy shift, but the words did little to soothe Sasha's racing mind. Adding to her unease, a similar oddity occurred just days later at the Quartermain mansion, where a small toy appeared in Daisy's basin tone Sasha doesn't remember buying or receiving. These incidents, though seemingly small, feel like ominous portents to a woman already haunted by loss. Could they be mere coincidences, or are they deliberate attempts to prey on her fragile state? Whispers of foul play and hidden enemies. As word of the nursery incident spreads through Port Charles like wildfire, whispers of foul play begin to take root. Sasha can't shake the feeling that someone is watching her every move, waiting to exploit the cracks in her emotional armor. Her history of mental health struggles, which surfaced in the devastating aftermath of Liam's death, leaves her particularly vulnerable to self-doubt. The memory of those dark days when grief and despair nearly consumed her looms large, making her question whether her paranoia is a product of her own mind or a justified response to real danger. With Michael often preoccupied by lingering tensions involving Willow Corinthos, Sasha feels increasingly isolated, her fears growing unchecked in the quiet moments alone with Daisy. Suspicion falls on several possible culprits who might have motive to target Sasha or her family. Jen Sidwell, a dangerous figure with a bitter rivalry against Sonny Corinthos, emerges as a prime suspect. Given Michael's ties to Sonny, it's not far-fetched to imagine Sidwell orchestrating subtle but sinister acts to destabilize the Corinthos clan through its most vulnerable members. Could the nursery mishap be the first step in a broader scheme to sow chaos, using Sasha's emotional fragility as a weapon? Alternatively, Drew Quartermain's lingering resentment over losing custody of Willow to Michael paints him as another potential adversary. Drew's bitterness could drive him to orchestrate a campaign of psychological torment, aiming to weaken the bond between Sasha and Michael by pushing her to the brink of a breakdown. Each strange occurrence, be it the changed clothing or the mysterious toy, feels like a calculated move in a hidden game of manipulation. A mother's instincts versus a mind under siege. Sasha's maternal instincts kick into overdrive as she becomes consumed by the need to protect Daisy at all costs. Every creak of the floorboards at the Quartermain mansion, every unfamiliar face in the hospital halls, sets her on edge. Her nights are plagued by restless dreams of shadowy figures lurking near Daisy's crib, their intentions unclear but unmistakably malevolent. The unexplained events begin to pile up. Perhaps a baby blanket vanishes from the nursery only to reappear in an odd place, or a cryptic note with no signature slips under her door, bearing a vague warning. Each incident chips away at Sasha's confidence, making her wonder if she's losing her grip on reality or if an unseen enemy is truly closing in. Compounding her turmoil is the fear that Daisy herself might be in direct danger. What if the crib incident wasn't just a prank but a warning of something far worse? Sasha's thoughts spiral to horrifying possibilities. Could a corrupt hospital staffer, possibly in league with Sidwell, have access to the nursery with intentions to harm her child? Or might Drew's vendetta extend beyond gaslighting to something more physical, a threat to the very life she's sworn to protect? As Sasha's trust in her surroundings and in herself erodes, she struggles to separate fact from fear. Her growing paranoia risks blinding her to the truth, leaving her trapped in a cycle of doubt that could prevent her from identifying the real threat until it's too late. Allies in the darkness or more deception. In her hour of need, Sasha isn't entirely alone. Nina Reeves, who has always shared a complex but caring bond with Sasha, steps forward with a warm embrace and words of reassurance. Nina, having faced her own share of heartbreak, recognizes the signs of a woman on the edge and vows to stand by Sasha's side. Similarly, Felicia Scorpio, with her knack for uncovering hidden truths, offers to dig into the strange occurrences, promising to leave no stone unturned. Their support is a lifeline, a beacon of hope in the fog of Sasha's uncertainty. They arrange late-night talks over herbal tea at the mansion, where they brainstorm possible explanations and encourage Sasha to trust her instincts rather than her fears. Yet, even this comfort comes with a shadow of doubt. Sasha's past trauma makes her question whether she can fully lean on anyone, even those closest to her. What if Nina's involvement is driven by guilt over past conflicts rather than genuine concern? Could Felicia's sleuthing inadvertently draw more danger to Daisy by stirring up hidden enemies? Sasha's mind races with these possibilities, her trust fractured by the weight of her experiences. As she teeters on the edge of a postpartum mental spiral, the question remains, will she accept the help she so desperately needs, or will her inner demons isolate her at the worst possible moment? A battle for clarity amidst the chaos. Sasha Gilmore Corbin stands at a crossroads, her heart torn between the fierce love for her daughter and the creeping terror of losing her sanity. The mounting mystery-esque crib incident, the misplaced items, the eerie sense of being watched threaten to push her into a dark abyss reminiscent of her lowest moments. If these unexplainable events continue, they could trigger a full-blown collapse, leaving Sasha unable to protect Daisy or herself from whoever is orchestrating this torment. Port Charles is no stranger to danger, and Sasha's story is a stark reminder of how deeply personal wounds can become targets for those with malicious intent. Next, we will immerse ourselves in the tangled web of deception and desire that is currently unraveling in Port Charles. At the heart of this drama is Cody Bell, who has embarked on a daring and dangerous plan to seduce Ava Jerome at the request of Christina Corinthos Davis. With secrets, blackmail, and romantic entanglements driving the stakes higher than ever, this storyline promises to deliver shocking twists and intense confrontations. Let's dive into the details of Cody's risky mission, Ava's cunning countermeasures, and the ripple effects that could change the game for everyone involved. A dangerous game of seduction begins. In the shadowy underbelly of Port Charles, Cody Bell is playing with fire as he sets out to charm Ava Jerome, one of the town's most formidable and savvy players. This isn't just a casual flirtation. Cody's mission, orchestrated at the urging of Christina Corinthos Davis, is a calculated move to unearth the dark secrets Ava has been wielding like a weapon. The catalyst for this scheme is Ava's ruthless blackmail of Alexis Davis, a manipulative ploy rooted in Christina's past misstep involving a sabotaged brake incident. Cody's task is clear: get close enough to Ava to expose the dirt she's holding over Alexis, thereby freeing Christina from the weight of her mother's predicament. But with Ava's reputation for outsmarting even the cleverest of foes, Cody is stepping into a lion's den with no guarantee of emerging unscathed. Their initial interactions are charged with a deceptive allure, as Cody turns on the charm during a seemingly innocent visit to Ava's art gallery. He compliments her latest exhibit with an easy smile, lingering just long enough to plant the seeds of interest. Behind his casual banter about brushstrokes and modern art lies a steely determination to catch Ava off guard. Yet, Ava is no naive ingenue. Her piercing gaze and sharp retorts suggest she senses something beneath Cody's flattery. Could she already suspect his true intentions, or is she merely intrigued by the attention? As their encounters grow more frequent, perhaps over late-night gallery openings or impromptu coffee runs, Cody walks a tightrope, hoping to loosen Ava's defenses while risking exposure of his own agenda. Will his charisma be enough to crack her carefully constructed walls, or will Ava turn the tables before he even realizes the game has shifted? Ava's instincts and a plan of her own. Ava Jerome has never been one to be easily duped, and Cody's sudden interest in her life raises red flags almost immediately. With a past littered with betrayals and power plays, Ava's instincts are finely tuned to detect deception. As Cody ramps up his flirtations, she begins to piece together the possibility that his affections are anything but genuine. Rather than confront him outright, Ava considers a more strategic approach: might just play along, letting Cody believe he's gaining ground while secretly crafting a counterattack. Her history of turning adversaries' weapons against them, as seen in her infamous clashes with Kiki Jerome and Dr. Griffin Monroe years ago, hints at her potential to transform Cody's seduction into a tool for her own ends. What fuels Ava's potential countermove is her growing frustration with Rick Lansing, whose recent behavior has left her feeling sidelined and suspicious. Rick's evasive answers and unexplained absence often tied to his renewed connection with Elizabeth Baldwin following Lucky Spencer's departure from Port Charles sting more than Ava cares to admit. The timing of Cody's advances couldn't be more opportune for her wounded pride. What if she amplifies their public flirtations, ensuring Rick catches wind of late-night gallery chats or lingering glances at local hotspots? By stoking Rick's jealousy, Ava could pull him back into her orbit, reasserting her influence over him. But this gamble carries risks. If Cody digs too deeply during their Fox romance, he might uncover more about her blackmail scheme than she's prepared to reveal. Will Ava's cunning allow her to manipulate both men to her advantage, or will her plan backfire spectacularly? Romantic tangles and past connections. The complexities of Ava's relationship with Rick add a volatile layer to this unfolding drama. Rick's attention has visibly shifted toward Elizabeth Baldwin, a woman tied to his past through a romance that still holds emotional weight. Lucky's exit has left a void in Elizabeth's life, creating an opening for Rick to step in as a source of comfort or perhaps something more. Ava, keenly aware of this dynamic, feels the sting of rejection as she watches Rick prioritize late-night conversations at the hospital over her own invitations. Her decision to use Cody as a pawn to reignite Rick's interest is a desperate bid to reclaim control, but it also reveals the depth of her vulnerability beneath her steely exterior. To make matters more intriguing, Ava might stage elaborate displays of affection with Cody in places where Rick is sure to notice, at perhaps a cozy dinner at the Metro Court or a seemingly intimate art critique session captured by prying eyes. She could even drop subtle hints to mutual acquaintances, ensuring word of her new flame reaches Rick's ears. Fans of Ava's iconic schemes will recall her past mastery of revenge, and this latest ploy could mark a return to form. However, if Rick remains unmoved by her antics, or if Elizabeth's hold on him proves stronger, Ava's efforts could leave her humiliated and more exposed than ever. Can she successfully reel Rick back in, or will her focus on jealousy blind her to the very real threat Cody poses to her carefully guarded secrets, loyalty, interference, and unraveling schemes? As Cody navigates the dangerous waters of his seduction plan, his loyalties to Christina and his close ties to Dante Falconeri add another layer of complexity. Christina's trust in Cody to pull off this mission is absolute, but if Dantiver, the protective brother and detective, catches a whiff of the scheme, he might intervene to prevent any fallout that could endanger his family. Cody's commitment to helping Christina could also be tested if he finds himself unexpectedly drawn to Ava's enigmatic allure, blurring the lines between deception and genuine emotion. Such a twist would complicate his mission, potentially derailing his focus at a critical moment. Meanwhile, other key players in Port Charles could pose unforeseen threats to both Cody and Ava's plans. If Jason Morgan, with his knack for uncovering hidden truths, or Carly Spencer, who never shies away from protecting her loved ones, get wind of the underhanded tactics at play, they might step in to expose the truth. Jason's quiet intensity could lead him to tail Cody during one of his gallery visits, piecing together the charade before anyone is ready. Similarly, Carly's fierce loyalty to Christina might prompt her to dig into Ava's recent actions, potentially uncovering the blackmail scheme on her own. If either of these powerhouses intervenes, Ava's carefully crafted counterplot could crumble, leaving her vulnerable to the consequences of her manipulations. And what of Cody? Will his loyalty to Christina hold firm, or will external pressures and personal doubts cause his plan to implode? A powder keg ready to ignite. Port Charles is a town built on secrets, and the current clash between Cody Bell and Ava Jerome is a ticking time bomb waiting to detonate. Cody's risky seduction, driven by a desperate need to protect Christina and expose Ava's blackmail, hangs in a precarious balance against Ava's shrewd ability to turn any situation to her advantage. Her potential use of Cody to manipulate Rick Lansing's emotions adds a layer of romantic intrigue, while the involvement of figures like Dante, Jason, and Carly threatens to upend everything. As these forces collide, the question looms large: will Cody's charm offensive succeed in unmasking Ava's schemes, or will she outmaneuver him, twisting his advances into a weapon to reclaim Rick's attention? The coming episodes of General Hospital promise to deliver edge-of-your-seat drama as loyalties are tested, secrets teeter on the brink of exposure, and hearts are caught in the crossfire. Will Ava's gambit reignite her bond with Rick, or will it leave her more isolated than ever? Can Cody maintain his focus amidst the growing chaos, or will he become a pawn in a game he never anticipated? Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel for every twist and turn in this captivating storyline, as we watch deception and desire weave their dangerous dance through the streets of Port Charles. Until next time, keep watching and keep speculating what explosive revelations await our beloved characters.